All right, what's going on YouTube? So Julian J. Rock Williams is fighting Jarrett Hurd. Okay. I like the fight. Okay. I'm actually surprised by it because I thought J. Rock was in position to fight for the winner of the, I think he's over there in the WBC. Like, they think he's high ranked over there. Now, I have a problem with it. I'm not really sure. I should have checked it. I'm not, he's probably high ranked in multiple sanctioning bodies. You know, because, I mean, he lost Charlo. He lost to Jamal Charlo. But he's still been winning every fight since there. And he's been fighting some good, decent guys. I know he beat Nathaniel Gallimore, and he beat Ishe Smith or whatever. He has some solid wins since that fight. So he should be in position again to fight for a title. It's just that, listen, it's a good fight. I really can't complain. Charlo lost to Harrison, so they have to have their rematch or whatever. They got to do that again. But yo, I like this fight. But immediately when I heard about this fight, I was like, you know, and I like J Rock. You know, I'm a big supporter of J Rock on this channel. Big supporter of him. I'm a supporter of all these guys because 154 has always been my favorite division. But it's like what Jarrett Hurd has already been through, beating Tony Harrison, a guy who was outboxing him, beating Austin Trout, another fighter that was outboxing him, beating Arizona Lara, a fighter that was outboxing him, you know. Some people think Lara won the fight. I gave the fight to Hurd just by that 1 point because of the knockdown. But I scored around 6-6. You have those kind of fights and you win them like the way that he did, stopping 2 of them, almost stopping Lara. Lara barely survived. I just don't think J Rock can hold up to the end of this fight. I am going to root for him because I've been following him much longer. I like him. You know, I like Jarrett Hurd too. It's just that I'm more of a fan of J Rock. But I just can't see. I can't see Jarrett Hurd losing to these guys at 154. I just can't see it. I think at 154 right now, currently, I think Charlo, even with the loss of Harrison, I still think he's the best chance of winning only because of the way Hurd been fighting lately. You know, I think Charlo has more power than Lara, Harrison, J Rock. You know what I'm saying? All these guys that's in 154. I think Charlo, his athleticism, okay. I know he didn't look like a good boxer against Harrison because he was just throwing one punch and trying to knock him out. But he does have skills, and he probably got humbled with that fight. Hopefully he got humbled with that fight. You know, hopefully he doesn't go into the second fight trying to do the same thing. But what I'm saying is this. When it comes to Jarrett Hurd, he does have a weakness. He's getting hit too much. And it's funny because the first time I saw Jarrett Hurd is when he beat Frank Galarza, who I'm cool with. And, you know, Jarrett Hurd fought a different fight. Jarrett Hurd can fight a different fight. He fought very slick in that fight. The dude could fight defensively. He has a very good Philly shell. He rolls punches very, very well. His defensive skills are underrated. But I can understand why people think he has terrible defense because the way he's been fighting lately. I mean, outside of the fight that he had with Jojo Dan, I haven't seen any defense from him at all. He's just getting hit with everything. But the dude is so big at 154 that he's able to walk through these guys and it's effective. You know, he doesn't want to fight a boxing fight. He doesn't want to box with these guys. He want to walk them down and beat them up and just outwork these fighters he's been fighting. Excuse me. And he stopped Trout and he stopped Harrison. Obviously, it's effective. But, excuse the noise. Obviously, it's effective. People probably think that I live like in the worst place in New York City with the police sirens you hear in all of my videos. But I don't. It's really not that bad over here. But anyway, yo, I just can't see J-Rock being able to maintain all the way up 12 rounds. You know, J-Rock is going to definitely outbox Jarrett Hurd. It's just that when he slows down, and he will, all right, I seen him slow down against Ishai Smith. Okay, I seen him. The fight with Gallimore was a very close fight too. J-Rock, I like J-Rock. I'm rooting for him. I want him to win the fight. I'm a big supporter on film on his channel, but I just don't think he can do it, you know, and I have to be fair. I don't think he can pull this one off, you know, because not even because he got knocked out by Charlo or anything like that. You know, Charlo, boxer puncher, bigger, much stronger, bigger punch. He got caught with a counter, and he didn't have the chin to hold. I can't see him withstanding that kind of pressure that Jarrett Hurd is going to bring for long. You know, Jarrett Hurd right now, in the way that he's fighting, I think the only two guys that's been at 154 in recent years that can beat him is both Charlos and Demetrius Andrade. You know, and I'm not going to forget about Jaime Munguia, because he's over there, and we all tend to begin, you know, we always tend to forget about fighters that's on the other side of the street and stuff like that. We already know that 154 is a PBC division. But Jaime Munguia beat, you know, Saddam Ali, and this guy has been over here when he's fighting Dennis Hogan or something like that. He's fighting guys that aren't relevant like that over there with Top Rank. He's with Golden Boy. And he's not fighting, and he's not getting any unification. He's talking about Triple G, Triple G. We want you in the mix with these other guys at 154. You know, I understand he won a title and everything. I understand he's young. He's only 22 years old. He doesn't need extra experience. But, dude, you hold a title. We want to see unifications. All right? We're not going to forget about you. But I also believe that Jarrett Hurd can beat him, too. All right? Because I seen Jaime, and he looked very, very impressive against Saddam Ali. But against some of these other guys, Inoue, he fought against... I'm trying to think of his name. I'll think of his name. Smith. Can't remember his name. Smith. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right. I haven't been really that impressed with Jaime Munguia. Okay. All right. And I don't think he's ready for the other top fighters. But it doesn't matter. You have a title, and we want to see these other fights. We want to see unifications. You know. So the reason why I say the Charlos is because the Charlos, unlike the Trouts, the J-Rocks, who else he beat? Tony Harrison. These guys can punch, you know, and I'm not saying J-Rock can't punch. Definitely not saying that. But these guys can punch, and I don't believe that Jarrett Hurd can just walk through what these guys are dishing out. Can't walk through that all night. And they're very athletic. You know, these guys have good conditioning. You know, the Charlo twins, one thing I would say, you know, I know recently they didn't look good. But one thing I would say, I want to speak about Jamal because he moved up. But Jamel, think about Jamel. I understand that he lost and everything to Tony Harrison, got outboxed. But he got outboxed because he was fighting reckless. He was in there, not boxing at all, trying to land one shot, frustrated, kept trying to land one shot, and it didn't work out for him. He didn't box at all. All right. But if he were to fight Jarrett Hurd is a different fighter, you know, and he doesn't use the same tactics that a Tony Harrison did, you know, and I think that Charlo, with that power and that athleticism and his great conditioning, because those two brothers, those twins, they have good conditioning, you know what I'm saying? Those dudes could fight. You know, those dudes could fight. J-Rock, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and J-Rock did very well against Jamal. It's just that when Jamal landed, it hurt him, you know? And I believe the same is going to happen with Jarrett Hurd. You know, Jarrett Hurd is a beast right now. He's holding it down. I think the only person I can see him losing to possibly is Jamel Charlo, you know, at 154. I think he beats everybody else, though. And I think even Jamel, I'm not even too sure anymore. I'm not even too sure about that anymore, you know. But anyway, yo, I got Jarrett Hurd stopping him, you know. I think Julian Williams would have to hurt him. And Julian Williams will have to come into the fight commanding respect. Don't just outbox him, but we need you to hit him with something that can make him say, oh shit, you know, I can't just walk in here and walk him down. You have to command your respect early. And he has to work on his conditioning for this camp. He needs to be able to fight 12 rounds with this dude, because if you can't stop him, you can't hurt him, this guy is going to be coming at you all fight long. We already know you got the skills. We already know you got the hand speed, the defense. You know, we already know you throw the combinations and everything. You have those advantages. Your job is to work on conditioning, being able to handle a guy this big coming at you this much without getting tired. You're going to have to work on that for this fight. It's all about conditioning, because this guy doesn't stop coming, man. You know, Jarrett Hurd is a beast. But if I had to pick it, I would have to go with Jarrett Hurd by stoppage. You know, Jarrett Hurd is a beast. You know, but I'm rooting for J-Rock. I hope J-Rock wins the fight. I heard this fight is going to be in D.C. So depending on the date, I got to check out the date. But, you know, if I'm in town, I want to go. I might want to go to that fight. I know one of my subscribers a long time ago told me to go out to D.C. He said the D.C. fights are pretty fun. I've never saw a fight in D.C., so I might go down there. My sister lives down there, so I might go down there and check it out if I can, if I'm free. But I'm looking forward to this fight, though. It's going to be a classic up until it's, you know, whatever the outcome is going to be. All right, but I got Jarrett Hurd by stoppage, all right? So anyway, make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already, and check you in the next one. Peace.